Hi everyone, welcome back. So I'm just going to do a quick love reading for anybody who might currently be wanting, a love reading. If you haven't been here at the channel before, this is Divine Arcana. We mostly do a lot of just like one-off readings, but of course now we're going to start going further into love readings and things. So I'm just going to roll this, let's see how it goes. So I think it's probably best if we start with maybe, should we go to a love reading perhaps? So if you're watching this is a message for you about what's currently going on in your love life. If you felt called to kind of watch this video, then that could be why. So yeah, let's see what's going on with your love life then. So I'm just shuffling the deck at the moment. I'm currently using the Killstar Tarot deck. I will show you. So this is the Killstar Tarot deck. It's the main deck that I actually use, but yeah, let's see. Oh, this just fell out. So in your love reading, we're going to do past, present, and future for the collective. So you've got a 9 of Cups, and we've got 2. Oh, we've got quite a few actually. Yep, we've got 9 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and the Page of Pentagrams, which is actually Pentacles, but on here is Pentagrams. Okay, so let's look into what that actually is then for you all. So with the cups, as it is, cups represent obviously emotions, love, intuitions, relationships, connections, obviously emotional. Swords represent, your words, your actions, your conflicts, and your power. And then your pentagrams itself, well, pentacles, are the material elements and financial matter, stability, work, and manifestation. You've first of all got the 9 of Cups. And it's often known as the wish card. So with the 9 of Cups, we're kind of seeing that with a love reading, there's something you've always kind of wanted to come in, and you've really, really wanted to kind of, you've been sat there wishing, and you've seen all these full cups ahead of you where you're just like, all I want is just to feel, that kind of love and that support and that excitement of everything else. But up until then, this is a past, present, and future, by the way. So in the past, you're looking into it and you're like, why can't my cup be all the way full like that? I just wish that I could have this. Like, you're sat down in front, you can see the skeleton here is kind of sat down with his knees crossed over, and I'm not quite understanding why, that the cups are right behind them. Like, he's there at the party, but he's all on his own, cross-legged. So with this love reading, I'm seeing it as very much, you're content, you're happy kind of getting what you want, but at the same time, you're wishing for it too. Like, it hasn't quite come in. You might have been happy in like previous relationships. You might have had a really great time with those and all that stuff, but there's something quite missing and you're not quite sure what it is, which is what gets us to the 7 of Swords now, which is where we are for your current element. So obviously this is quite, not a negative card by any means, but it's very much to do with like deception, strategy, a bit sneaky, or someone getting away from something. So I'm getting the feeling that within this reading itself, the collective here, or whoever is listening, you've kind of, either you've just kind of come back from something where somebody has been very sneaky and deceptive to you, or maybe you might have been a bit sneaky and deceptive. I don't know, I'm not here to judge. But maybe also you were kind of, maybe you've just come away from somebody who's cheated, or maybe not told you the full truth about who they are, their intentions in the relationship, and it's kind of left you feeling a little bit deceived or a little bit anxious and confused as to where this goes next for you. I mean, you can see that they're holding so many different swords here, and it just feels like a lot to carry. There's a lot to carry, and I feel like, especially from this reading alone, like when it's come to your love life and things you've had and things you've done, there has been seemingly loads for you to have to kind of take on and carry, and really kind of face on your own, as opposed to even being in a relationship. You've carried all of the burdens and kind of shadowed that all yourself and shouldered it all. I'm definitely seeing that whereas before you were maybe, in previous relationships, you might have been a lot more content and just fine with everything going on, maybe wishing that things could change a little bit. You're still pretty happy, like you're pretty okay. Whereas this most recent relationship, that either this is you or this is a partner that you've been with, I think it's somebody that you've been with in your past, like maybe the most recent relationship you've just come out of. Maybe it's left you just carrying a lot, and it kind of feels like, Peanut, could you stop please? I have my dog here, everyone, so if you can hear him, I'm really sorry. But I feel like it feels like you've had to carry quite a lot maybe on your own, and it feels quite heavy, and you're kind of just like here with despair. But I don't know if you can see, like, obviously it's quite an empty, barren background here. Like, there's not really much going on, not much vegetation, but the stars are out, and there is really bright stars in the sky, which are kind of also, the skull's kind of looking up to, and it's kind of like, oh God, I wish that something in the sky would change for me, or something would look different in the sky, you know, etc. But let's look to the future. So this is only going to be a small one, but the Page of Pentacles. So with the page, it is definitely a focus on material and health, you know, matters a lot more than emotions. And I feel like with everything that's happened to you clearly from here, you're definitely coming into a lot more of your own, where it's your health is probably a priority, your finances are probably a lot more of a priority compared to before. Maybe, I don't know, maybe in the past relationship you were having to shoulder all the burden of all the payments or all the different things that would go on in the house. And this is indicating that, you know, since losing this, like, this is definitely flourishing. This is getting a lot more better. The page is a messenger of financial opportunities, studiousness, and focus on material and health matters. So really the focus here is that, I don't know, almost kind of like you need to focus away from your emotions a little bit and kind of just like allow what's going on around you to kind of just take place and just happen. And Peanut, this is ridiculous. Peanut, could you stop, please? Thank you. Sorry, everyone. This is what a pug does. But yeah, I feel like what this card is saying is that in your near future, like, it's not even necessarily that love is on the cards for you, but, or that it isn't on the cards for you. Or, of course, you know, you're the masters of your own universe, and you really do create what you put out there as far as intentions. But this is telling me that, I don't know, maybe, are you the type of person that maybe, do you go in and out of relationships quite a lot? Like, are you kind of, not all the time, but maybe you haven't actually been on your own for a little while and focused on your environment and your health and the things around you? Because this is telling me, like, definitely think about maybe spending some time on your own and looking around, and, you know, have fun in the day-to-day of kind of seeing what material fun stuff you could enjoy and play around with. Or maybe even as well, just with your finances, it could be a case of really waiting for that good stuff to come in. And off the back of this is where you'll start to really open things up and find a new place for love and a new experience for yourself. And yeah, definitely go on from there. But that's the past, present, and the future as far as that. So could I please have one more card just as clarity for the collective of their love reading and what they have to expect in the next maybe 2 months or so. Oh, here we go. So we've got Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords has come up next. And that is essentially, you are very much a no-nonsense, you know, kind of, you value honesty. The Queen is sharp-wit, independence. And they often do bring the challenges, which is, I think, the challenge that you've got here is you're going to probably become, with the abundance of, you know, all this success and health and taking care of yourself and really paying attention to what you need to be doing and what you're doing, you have a bit of a concern and a challenge here where you may become a bit too independent. And there's nothing wrong with being extremely independent. But if you're looking for a love, and this is the love reading that you've jumped onto, then maybe the challenge that you've got coming up here is to try and not lean too much into this, like, value, you know, nonsense. And this time around, also maybe make a list for yourself. Maybe make a list that says, you know, what you expect in a person, what you want going forward in your relationships, and what is a non-negotiable and what is a negotiable to you. Almost that no-nonsense approach of the Queen of Swords, and how, you know, how she would go about things, which is like, not accepting this. Use this to kind of guide you through and, you know, see what it is that you want to bring on next. You might not even be ready for somebody yet, personally, in your own head, where you're like, actually, I'm having a lot of fun on my own. I don't even want a relationship yet. Whereas because you've been used to maybe past relationships where you may have been tied down to one, that you might suddenly feel that is the next step. But yeah, definitely independence and growing and learn. You know, you need to reflect and think a lot more about your independence and what a person could add to that. Not what could they fulfill that you don't have, what could they add, because you need to be a full happy version of yourself before anybody else can come in. Is there anything else off the back of that? So do we have, by the end of the year, I mean, is there anything, do we have any kind of understanding of what could be coming next? Or I'm not quite sure. Let's have a little shuffle. I'm just having a little shuffle back here. Oh, there we go. So just a bit more clarity here for you. So then, oh, the Devil in reverse. Amazing. Okay, so Devil obviously is a major arcana. Don't be freaked out by seeing the Devil. Most people are. If this is your first time watching a reading of any kind. Devil, Death card, they're just major arcana cards, which means they are a bit more of a solidified major arc about your current situation. In like the upright position, the Devil very much, as you can see from the card here, is kind of about being trapped and, you know, feeling kind of an addiction to materialism or an addictive personality, or something is not quite balanced here. It is very much controlled through things that they can't control, whereas it came through in reverse. So obviously this is something where it's very much like, you won't be addicted to the nature of this. Like, don't worry too much about this. This is exactly what you need to kind of have that anti-materialism to come on in and kind of break those ties and tie together. Oh, look, they're actually tied together. That's very interesting. You know, the next relationship you have won't be an addiction, won't be that crazy obsessive lust that maybe might not have worked for you before, where it's kind of, oh my God, I have to be obsessed with this person and I have to be, oh, actually, yeah, that's a point. Quite a lot of people think that relationships really do stem from kind of being that you have to be all in, almost love bombing phase. But with the Devil in reverse, it's definitely telling me that, you know, the next relationship that does come into your life isn't going to feel like an addiction, isn't going to feel like anything else really other than just, it's calm, it's peaceful, it's not built on materialism and money, and it's not surrounded by anything like that. Like, it really is just kind of allowing itself to be what it is. You're not tied with the shackles and the bondage here of being tied in this relationship. You're the opposite, to be honest. You are pretty free and open, and it might even be that you might not have anything in the next couple of months. It really is like a solidified relationship, but I do think that you might, and I do think that if you do, it's going to be on your own terms. It's going to be your own relationship that you kind of dictate, you know, that you kind of set your rules for, and you kind of decide where you're going with it and what you want. But because of that, you won't feel tied into something that you didn't sign up for, something that started off as an addiction and now has completely spiraled into something that you can't control and you don't know anymore. Like, there's definitely a great ending to this off the back of that. Is there anything else to round off this reading that we'd like the collective to know? Yep, okay. And so Queen of Wands. Amazing. Oh, I love the cat. I absolutely love seeing on here how they all look. So the Queen of Wands obviously is maturity and nurturing, and she's a very nurturing woman. She's sat, she's chill, she's confident, charismatic, passionate, but deeply caring as well. She, you know, she genuinely cares about everybody, even the cat that's sat. Oh, such a cute cat. But yeah, she sat on her amazing what's the word? It's a throne, that's it. And she's just chill. She's got hold of everything. She's got the whole moon and stars and clouds and horizon in her background, and she's not focused and independent anymore. She's just relaxed. And I feel like that's very much what this is rounding off the whole thing for you with this love reading about, is that whatever it is, just relax. Like, take your time, think about everybody's feelings around you, and kind of take time to nurture relationships that you currently have and things that are going on, because maturity and nurturing is a very, what's the word? It's a very flattering but also encouraging kind of attitude to have. Like, you manifest and bring people into your life when you are in this kind of Queen of Wands energy, and you are absolutely going to be heading that way, especially after, you know, the upheaval of what you've been through and what you've gone through. I can definitely see, you know, that maybe after the last couple of months, like the last couple of months might have felt a little bit chaotic to you, a little bit difficult, maybe not quite what you were expecting. Maybe your life has gone a little bit in a direction that you weren't quite anticipating at the time. But you're stepping into your Queen of Wands energy. Like, you are going to be a lot more wiser and a lot more happier, and you're going to feel like everything makes sense. Everything up until this point definitely makes sense, especially from a love perspective. And relationships, you know, every relationship is either a lesson, a blessing, or, you know, whatever. And this is definitely going to show you that, Peanut, please don't. Peanut, no, sweetie, it's okay. In the next couple of weeks, anyway, in the next couple of months, sorry, I feel like you're definitely going to see what the past is, maybe more of a blessing for the lessons that it will teach you going forward. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for this love reading. I am going to wrap it up just because I can feel my pug. He's about to shout right next to me. But yeah, I hope this helped you. If it resonates at all, please feel free to comment down below. If it doesn't, then also feel free to comment down below as well. I'm happy to hear. But yeah, like, comment and subscribe if you want more daily readings. I'm going to be putting a lot more on this channel. Obviously, this channel is fairly new if you're getting to it now. I don't know when you're seeing this video. These videos, if you are seeing this video later on and, you know, this channel's massive now, hey, nice to know you. I'm glad you can join me for the ride, whether it was at the beginning or at the end. But yeah, have an amazing day. And I hope this definitely, Peanut, stop it. Me and Peanut wish you a very happy day.